Sing Samanan, Thailand.
Well, we just saw that Kunlavut will be playing Lo Kian Yu in the semi-final. That's always going to be an interesting one. The other side of the draw, it's all open with Liu Guangzu and Kodai Naraoka, the other two quarter-finalists. There'll be an action later on.
On court 1, men's single, Jeon Hyeok Jin, Korea. Anders Antonsen, Denmark.
Hi. Hi. Okay, let me do the toss. Black color and red color.
Red.
Red is the call. So red, your choice.
I start over there.
Serve or receive? Serve. Okay.
Anders Antonsen, no hesitation in choosing the side he wants. Although you just saw the head-to-head there, they've met 4 times. 3 have gone in the favour of Antonsen. Interestingly enough, these two met at the recent Sudirman Cup in China. And I remember working on that game, and it was Jeon Hyeok Jin played absolutely brilliant, out of his skin against a player so much higher ranked than he is. It's very, very impressive, Jeon Hyeok Jin, who is 29 now, 178 centimeters tall, from the city of Ulsan. He's 44th in the world. His highest ranking is actually 17th. That was back in February 2018. Beaten 2 Chinese Taipei players, Su Liang in the second round. That was 83 minutes, monster match. But Li Chia-hao, 7th seed, he dumped out very comfortably. He has this ability of pulling it out of the bag against high-ranked players. He's got 1 title to his name, the Korea Masters back in 2022 when he beat Kodai Naraoka in it. His opponent is Anders Antonsen, just a year younger than him, taller at 186 from Aarhus. He's currently 3rd in the world. September of 2022. He's finished. Wangsuwei gave him problems, but he was very comfortable against Darren Manepali. World Championships in 2019, he finished 2nd. He had 2 bronze medal finishes in 21 and 23. Former European Games champion in 2019, European champion in 2021 and 2024. Lakpriya Edrisinghe is the Sri Lankan umpire. Asing Saman is the service judge. Just finishing up with Anders Antonsen. He's finished twice a runner-up at the European Championships in 2017 and 2022. And in terms of the HSBC BWF World Tour, he's got 8 titles to his name. Runner-up at this year's Malaysia Open, the Super 1000. He's never won the Thailand Open. But he has done relatively well once before. It was the semi-finals in 2021.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Jeon Hyeok Jin, Korea. And On my left, Anders Antonsen, Denmark.
Jeon Hyeok Jin got to the
Jeon
semis
Hyeok Jin
way
to
back
serve.
here in
Love ball.
2015. Otherwise, it's been
Play.
early exits for him. It is certainly, on paper at least, a bit of a mismatch. Number 3 in the world versus number 44. And perhaps evidenced already by a
Service
superb
over.
start to the match
1
with Antonsen's
love.
cross-court shot.
Jeon Hyeok Jin challengers called in.
Yeah, I've got to say, you might have a point there, Jeon Hyeok Jin. That looked potentially out. Too close to court. Well worth a challenge.
Challenge unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. 2 love.
That's why we
Play.
have this challenge system. Just to put any doubts out of the mind, that was very clearly in. There's no doubt about that one. First point on the board for Jeon.
Service over. 1, 2. Service over. 3, 1.
That goes
Service
beyond
over.
Anders Antonsen.
2, 3.
Being such a world power in badminton, they're routinely in the finals of things like the Sudirman Cup and the Thomas and Uber Cups. It's interesting. Actually, not so much Thomas Cup, I've revised that. The problem that Korea have is that they really struggle, or they have struggled for quite some time in the men's singles department. Jeon Hyeok Jin is their highest ranked male player at the moment. I've been like that for a while now. And this is a man who would argue, looking at his career trajectory, has surpassed that prime that he had a few years ago when he was a top 20 player. He just seemed to look up,
Service
wonder
over.
possibly at the lights there.
4, 2. Jeon Hyeok Jin challengers called out.
Well, he's in serious danger of losing both his challenges early on. Already got the first one wrong, remember?
Correction in.
Wow, well done. Good job there from Jeon.
Service over. 3, 4, play.
Backed himself. Well, Anders Antonsen so far this year,
4-all.
someone inside the top 3, might feel a little disappointed. He had an early exit at the Indonesia Masters, had 3 second-round exits at the European Championship, All England and Swiss Opens. Got to the final of the Malaysia Open, and that's it. He's got a win rate of 69%. So overall, the win rate is more than 74%. So playing a little below par at the moment, it would appear.
Service over. 5-4.
Now, what was really interesting to see, Jeon Hyeok Jin was was and is a serious underdog at the Sudirman Cup. He was there to kind of play spoiler a little bit. Korea were the overwhelming favourites anyway. In all the other ties, all the other matches in the tie, but he just plugged away. He kept at it. He took the game to Anders Antonsen. He was aggressive. He wouldn't let up, and he attacked a bit like he's doing now, and it got under the skin of his opponent. Just wonder whether he'll try to recall all that again. Just try to get the advantage that way. Well, that's a lost opportunity.
Service over.
He was doing well there.
6-5.
That is a tremendous shot from Antonsen. How we got that just to bobble over. Look at this. The way he put on the shot, that is perfection. He's right on top of his game.
9.
Anders Antonsen, I tell you what, already beginning to assert himself here. Maybe those memories of what happened in China where he lost that game, perhaps surprisingly. Doesn't want to go through that again. It was strange because in the 3rd game in the Sudirman Cup, they were neck and neck.
Service over.
And there was a real danger that Jeon Hyeok Jin couldn't even win it because he looked really out of sorts, Anders Antonsen, but then he just went very, very passive. And it was just almost like he switched off. And he's remembered, oh, I'm playing the world number 3 and I'm actually well below him, and he kind of lost his way completely.
Service over, 10-6.
So at the interval here, Antonsen very much in control, up by 5. He's looked pretty comfortable so far against Jeon Hyeok Jin.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Eleven, 6. Play. Twelve, 6.
But he's come out today, all guns blazing, and hoping, I assume, after he wants to get this done quickly and be able to start focusing on the semi-finals. You could argue he's got a he could have a big match tomorrow against one of his nemesis, really, in Kodai
13-6.
Just as a reminder there. Naroka plays Lu Guangzhou a little bit later on in court 2. Well, that's probably about one of the longer rallies
14,
we've had.
6.
Jeon Hyeok Jin is looking a little out of sorts. It's very wide. There you go, 34 shots, their longest rally. Just too quick to everything at the moment, isn't he? Well, I've spoken about
6.
Anders Antonsen's season so far, which would appear to be a little below par. What about Jeon Hyeok Jin? Well, I mean, he got to the final of the Sudirman Cup as part of Team Korea. He was vastly outplayed in the final. As I said, he's unfortunately in men's singles is the Achilles heel. Got to the quarterfinals of the Thailand Masters.
Quickly.
Opening round of the Asia Championships and Germany Open. And he was eliminated, and he got to the second round of the Indonesia Masters and the Orleo Masters, as well as last week's Taipei Open. So he's probably about right, and but what isn't right is that he's only won 40% of matches this year.
17.
So he's well
6.
below par at the moment.
Eighteen, 6. Nineteen, 6.
He's absolutely hammering his opponent at the moment, and is Antonsen. And I think you would have to say this is probably what most people expected at the Sudirman Cup. It didn't quite work out that way, but Jeon Hyeok Jin has been vastly outplayed at the moment. Good reactions there, though. Sails over, and he had a look at that, decided
20,
not to.
Game point, 6.
Wrong foot's his opponent there, facing 14
Service
game
over.
points.
7, 20.
Well, that we could reset it perhaps when he's on the other end. Might be a little easier for him. Oh, that holds up.
8, 20 quickly.
Remember, they were level at
Quick one.
5-all. And then he embarked on two runs, but one of them was massive,
back on board.
11 points in a row. From 10 till, so from 9 till 20. Kind of reminiscent of the run he went on against John in the last game of the Sudirman Cup a few weeks ago.
Game.
So a very straightforward first game for Anders Antonsen.
21-8.
Extremely comfortable. Only surprises perhaps it's taken as long as it has, about 19 minutes. Anders Antonsen with the first game then, 21-8.
하려면 확실히 이렇게 기분을 줬어요. 상관없어. 초반에 딱 걸어가지고 뒤에 올라가서 수밖에 없어. 발로 치고 나가는.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Second game. Love all. Play.
Very good first game for Anders Antonsen against Jeon Hyeok Jin. Hoping to now wrap this up comfortably.
One.
Always did look like a little bit of a mismatch. To be fair, John did well to get to this stage. It is only his second quarter-final of the year, both of them in Thailand by coincidence. The other was in the Thailand Masters. This is a high-level tournament as a Super 500. You can see by the level of players here, like the likes of Loki and Kunlavut Vititan and Anders Antonsen for a start.
Fault. 2 love.
Yeah, that was killed off quickly by Antonsen. Again, a rather inauspicious start for Jeon Hyeok Jin, similar to what we saw in the first game.
Service over. 1-3. Two, three.
The only top 3 player that Jeon Hyeok Jin has ever beaten in his entire career is Anders Antonsen. That was back in 2022 in the Thomas Cup quarterfinals. Well, that's much better.
3 all.
So that's impressive. That's 1 win out of 9. So he knows he can do it. Yeah, out of 9 top 3 players to have beaten, you're facing the only one that you've ever beaten. That does give you some encouragement. Well, it was 3 years ago. And I was just looking at the
Service
umpire
over.
there. I'm not sure what for. John didn't look too happy about
4-3.
something.
Gio, quick down, change. Anders, calling the shuttle. Play.
He's got to cut out all distractions, everything else. Focus on the task at hand here, because he has been vastly outplayed in that first game. It would appear that he's got the conditions in his favour now. But he is up against a top player in Anders Antonsen. That goes long.
6-3.
Again, Antonsen starting to pull away, and if he wants to stay in this, he's got to do something here. Jeon Hyeok Jin, before this completely runs away from him. It's not looking good.
8-3. Thank you. Line judge. Thank you.
Well, we look at these stats. For
Joe, back
players
on court.
with Anders Antonsen winning the first game 76% of the time, he goes on to win the entire match. It's really impressive. And in terms of winning the first game and then finishing it in 2, that happens 80% of the
Service
time.
over. 4-8.
Hugely impressive. Another way to look at it is that he rarely gets beaten in straight games. That's a great retrieval from Antonsen.
5-8.
He didn't look best pleased with himself there. Slightly better here from
Gio, on court.
John. I think there has been talk of a bit of a sideways drift.
Gio.
I've got to say, good reactions from both Antonsen and Vane there.
6,
And this has been a decent comeback
8.
from Jeon Hyeok Jin. Remember, he was already looking down and out in the previous game, so this is an improvement of sorts. Just got the last 3 points in a row to be only within 2 of his opponent, so I think he's finding the conditions a little bit more to his liking. It's a death shot, isn't it, from the Dane?
Service over. 9-6. Quickly. Play.
Easy finish there for John.
So it's over.
Didn't quite get that right, Antonsen.
9.
Yeah, only one way that would end. Some encouraging moments here for Jeon Hyeok Jin. Well, he's only a point behind now.
9.
Excellent work. It was 8-3 not too long ago. 5 of the last 6 points have gone John's way. Might have just been veering out. Antonsen wanting to play it. Really good shot there from the Dane.
10-8.
Does he go into the interval here with a 3-point lead, which is smaller than what he had earlier? He does. Antonsen then
11-8 interval.
leads at the interval here of the second game, 11-8. He also won the first game in a good position here, perhaps to finish this in 2.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Joe, back on court. Eleven, 8. Play.
Just to correct something there, that the overall duration of this game is 34 minutes. You may have just seen something a bit different there on your screen. That's a really nice shot from
Service over.
Jeon Hyeok Jin.
9-11.
Sometimes these kind of things can get on his nerves. Yeah, he's happy with that, isn't he?
Service over. 12-9. Service over. 10-12.
He went diving around there. Anders Antonsen. It was good work there from John to move him around the net.
Anders, check. Please take the court. Thank you. Eleven, 12.
Now, it's a real credit to John that he's been behind the whole time, but in this game, he's kept himself right in this. He's not allowed Antonsen to dominate like he did before, and that could be a consequence as well of the ends. But he's gone a little long here.
Service over. 13-11.
And given that he was trailing 3-8 earlier, he has done well.
Service over. 12-13.
There's won 9 of the last 13 points, John.
Service over quickly. 14-12.
So he would do well to try and finish this off if he can, as soon as is possible. And is Antonsen.
Joe back on court. Antonsen
That looks a very ambitious challenge to me, but Antonsen will have had a fairly decent look at it.
Wipe the court.
Yeah, there you go. Nice
Challenge
court.
unsuccessful.
Well out.
One challenge remaining. Service over. 13-14. Play. Service over. 15-13.
He looks fired up now, doesn't he? I think this has probably taken just a little longer than he would have wanted. This is about the biggest lead Antonsen has had. In this period, since that 9-3 lead earlier.
Service over. 14-16.
Well, Jeon Hyeok Jin is, for someone who loses the first game, he actually goes on to win generally in 63% of his matches in his career. That's pretty good. So someone in for the long haul, you would think. It's a good sign. Yeah, beyond the reach of John. It's a good cross-court shot from Anders Antonsen.
17-14.
Almost telling himself to chill, to relax. He's got this.
Sammu. Check. Quickly. Joe.
It would appear that it's nearing its conclusion.
Quickly.
I think he's got a bit of a cold. I saw him earlier gesturing towards his nose. Maybe have a runny nose. Something like that. No doubt this is a much better performance in the second game. Great retrieval. Just forced wide.
Service over. 15-17. Anders, stay on court. Joe, play on. Thank you.
Yeah, it's almost every point there's an inquest when it doesn't go his way. Anders Antonsen.
Play on.
That is
Antonsen challenge
challenged.
called in.
Yeah, I don't think he had much hesitation with that one. Wow.
Challenge unsuccessful.
That is very, very much in, isn't
No
it?
challenges remaining.
No challenges left. 1 point in this.
Thank you, Legends. Legends.
Is that going to be an unlikely
16, 17.
comeback here
play.
for Jeon Hyeok Jin? That would be something.
Fault. Service over. 18, 16.
Well, in his career, he's only been to 18 quarterfinals. Jeon Hyeok Jin, he's only won 8 of them. Lost 10. That's for Anders Antonsen. Would be a very different story. And now 3 points clear with 2 to go. Yeah, he's
16.
been in 54 quarterfinals. He's won 39 and lost 15. So it's a very good record he has generally at this level. He's won his last 3 quarterfinals. Malaysia Open the start of the year. Told he hasn't really been to too many this year. Malaysia Open was the only one he had. China Open last year and the Denmark Open. But then that came off the back of 4 straight defeats.
Service over. 17, 19.
What's interesting is that since March of last year, 6 of his 12 quarterfinals have ended in defeat, so that's a 50-50 rate, which is nowhere near what it is overall in his career. So in the last
18,
year and
19.
2 months, shall we say, last 14 months, he's not been able to see it through particularly well at quarterfinal stage. And again, Jeon Hyeok Jin, who looked dead and buried a short while ago, not dead and buried, but certainly in some trouble, has bounced back quite nicely here. But it is now match point for Anders Antonsen.
Service over. 20, match point.
2 match
18.
points for the Dane. His coach looks a little exasperated. That's in.
Jeon
It's
Hyeok
going to
Jin
be
challenges called
challenged.
in.
It looked pretty in. It looks pretty in to me. But he's got a challenge. It's the last point. Why not go for it? It's one of those tight ones.
Challenge
Oh, the
unsuccessful.
slenderest of margins. It is in. and therefore the match is over. Oh, how tight was that? Well, it was worth a shot, wasn't it? Good job there from Anders Antonsen. I think that second game gave him a bit more of a something to think about.
Anders Antonsen, 21-8, 21-18.
Very, very one-sided first game. And the second one seemed to take an age.
Your bottles? No? Okay, I will ask.
Take some.
Thank you.
So great job there from Anders Antonsen, one of the top seeds here. He's number 2, in fact. He's beaten Korea's Jeon Hyeok Jin. The Dane wins 21-8, 21-18. He's done it in 50 minutes. Up next, it is mixed doubles. Ki and Jong of Korea take on China's Feng and Huang. They're the second seeds. Time for mixed doubles here at the HSBC BWF Thailand Open 2025. Ki Dong-ju and Jong Na-eun, a new pairing from Korea, are up against the second seeds from China, the powerhouse unit of Feng Yang-tze and Huang Dongping. All spots up for grabs in the semi-finals. The winner of this match will take on either the Thai or Indonesia pair